How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about ChargePoint. I want to make sure I keep you guys updated. I told you how bullish I am about this play. I want to see it get to $30. Right now it's on a healthy uptrend. It is consolidating. So I want to make sure I keep you guys inside of the loop, especially if you're in this play with me. But of course, none of my videos are financial advice. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in a bearish case scenario and as well as in a bullish case scenario. I want to make sure you guys are prepared. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. The reason why the short interest is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know what was the buying and as well as the selling behavior like on the retail side and as well as for the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for ChargePoint. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $26.90, being up 2.95%. On the low, it tested $25.83, and then on the high, testing $27.20. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, we traded at 6.84 million shares, and for the average volume over 10 trading days being at 12.977 million shares. So what you notice right away, we did have well below the average in regards to volume, but we still had ChargePoint showing strength on the day. Now when we take a look at our chart, which is the daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is right around 61.35. And then when we take a look at the moving averages here on our chart, we have strength above the 50-day, the 100-day, the 21-day EMA, and as well as the 200-day. So in other words, ChargePoint is very bullish. It has been on quite the solid uptrend, and like I spoke about in my previous video, we are just consolidating now above the 200-day, and this is exactly what you want to see. What is very clear in regards to support now, we do have support at 25.83 being shown on the Friday. So what you want to look for is a move showing some more strength above the $27 range. It got to $27.20, but of course ended up seeing some resistance and selling just below to close at $26.90. So for this coming week, I would love ChargePoint to break through 27 and get to this 28 level. Of course, at this 28 level, there will be some resistance. This will be a psychological area, but if we have a lot of momentum coming through the stock, that's where I'm going to look forward to seeing that big move and seeing how well we can get past 28.60. Like I said, I'm sticking to wanting to see ChargePoint get to the $30 range. So let's see how it performs for this coming week. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for ChargePoint. So scrolling down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we take a look at the most recent filing, which we have here for November the 19th, the others we've already covered, we could see we have Hanlon Investment Management Inc. that purchased 10,700 shares with an average cost of $23.46. Now, when we take a look at the short interest, the dark pool short volume ratio is at 44.67%, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 1.38 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 4.5 million, updated 2 minutes ago, and then for the short ball fee rate, it is at 0.41%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for the close of the 18th, it was at 50.37. And then for the close, which was the Friday that just passed, being at 44.67. So it has gone down, but one thing that still remains clear, that ChargePoint has short squeeze potential. So if we have a lot of volume and there's a lot of buying pressure coming to the stock, we can look forward to seeing some strong moves to the upside. So now let's jump into the the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for ChargePoint. So we can see here on the inflow, it was 32.78, and then on the outflow, it was 28.43. Taking a look at the breakdown even further, it was 0 on the large. On the medium, it was 18.19, and then on the small, it was 14.59. Taking a look at the outflow side on the large, it was 0. On the medium, it was 16.40, and then on the small, it was 12.03. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see we had zeros down the board for the 19th, the 18th, the 17th, and as well as for the 15th, and we did have an outflow day on the 16th. When we take a look at the breakdown even further for the small scale orders, which represents the retail side, we had more buying than we had selling. When we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more buying than we had selling as well, and of course we had 0 on the large. So this is definitely a bullish sign. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 2.12%. So that is not too bad whatsoever, but it does tell us there are traders that are inside of this play. But I know there are also many shareholders that are holding on to their positions like myself. Like I said, we were able to actually get into this position originally when it was in the $17 range, or I was saying if you can catch it below $20, that is not too bad either. And I do believe in the long-term prospects. Part of the reasons why I still hold on to my shares, and I'm still holding my target in regards to seeing this stock see $30 very soon. Let's jump into the final thoughts now, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for ChargePoint, the chart still continues to look bullish, and I love the fact that we have been on a solid uptrend. We are consolidating, getting ready for that next move. So when I get that question, Dre, what are your thoughts? I still remain bullish. I feel like I got to keep on saying this. Also, for the latest update, yes, the infrastructure bill has been passed through the House. Now we have to wait for it to be passed through the Senate. Apparently, what I saw on CNBC News, they were saying that this decision should come before Christmas. So we'll see what happens with that. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the recent short interest information, ChargePoint does have short squeeze potential. So this is part of the reasons why. If we end up getting any sort of big news, or we have increased buying pressure coming into the stock, we can look forward to seeing them strong moves to the upside and it reaching up to $30. You guys know I want to see ChargePoint hit 30. But aside from all of that, we could also see from the order flow distribution, there is a lot of demand for ChargePoint shares. Again, we see it on the retail side, and one of the things you want to be aware of is a continuation of this. Also, many people ask me, what app do you use to keep track of all of these numbers and how these stock performs and how you come up with your estimations? I actually do use the Webull app. So I know many of you all wanted to know about that, so I wanted to share that. I ain't trying to hide anything from you guys. But with all of that said, let's see how ChargePoint performs on Monday and as well as for the rest of the week. And you know already, I will keep you guys inside of the loop. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.